Welcome to video number 2 in the series Makeup 101, where I teach you how to master your makeup from beginning to end. Now, you should go over, if you haven't already, watch my previous video on skin prep. Now we're moving on to the eyebrows, which is like one of my favorite things to do because for me, eyebrows is everything. If your eyebrows are right, girl, life is right. Right? So the first thing you want to do is subscribe. Okay, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload the next video that will follow this video right here, because I'm teaching you step by step. Okay, I'm holding you by the hand, and by the end of this series you will be able to do your makeup like a pro. All right, so brows are super easy. You just gotta know what to do and take your time. Now, all of us come from different brow backgrounds. Now, if you look at my brows, I think my brows are pretty, they're pretty average. I wouldn't call them extraordinary. They're not really thick, okay? My genetics did not set me up for thick eyebrows. But it is what it is, and we thank God for what we have, and we do what we do. Now, whether you have sparse eyebrows or thick eyebrows, you can decide which one of these techniques that I will show you today works best for you. Now, but let's assume that you have eyebrows similar to mine. What I like to do first is tame my eyebrows, because even though my eyebrows are not that thick, they are quite unruly and kind of curly. So I try to tame them the best I can, and how I do that is I use the Brow Glue Crazy Lift by NYX. I really do like this product. I've been using this product for quite a while, and it comes in a, I'm trying to clean this off before I got my little brow hairs in there, but it has this little comb application, right? And what you do is you squeeze the product into it, and then you just comb it up. Let me get my mirror position here. And you just comb it up into your brows like so. Now, you can choose not to use a brow gel if you want to. You may not need to, depending on your brows. But this really helps me tame my brows and utilize every strand that I have in my eyebrows. Okay, this really helps me look like I have fuller brows. Now, after you have combed it all into your brow hairs, you're going to take your finger and you're just going to press in the product like so. All right. And it sets pretty quickly, so I just go over a few times to make sure I've got it nice and pressed in. And if you can kind of see the difference between this brow and this one already looks fuller, and we haven't even used a brow pencil yet. This one already looks a little more lifted, which is something that we want, especially ladies. If you're over 40, we need everything to be looking to God. It needs to go up, okay? So, it already looks more groomed and shaped. We're going to do the other brow. And if you're like me, you always have one brow that's a little bit better than the other. Now, this brow is probably my favorite brow. Gives me less trouble. This one right here needs a little bit more discipline, a little bit more prayer, okay? But again, we just do what we do and thank God for what we have. But by using this product, it really helps me utilize all of my hair that I do have, okay? Now, just by doing that, my brows already look shaped and done. But we're going to take it another step to make it look professional. Now, what I like to do is set my brows with powder, okay? And the reason why I do that is number one, it helps take down the shine from the brow gel, because as you can see, the gel kind of leaves a little bit of a shine, and I don't want that. Number two, I do have oily skin. I have my natural shine, so this helps keep my skin from getting oily later. And number three, it helps my brow product to apply on smoother and to lock in and stay on all day long. All right, now I'm going to be using the Fit Me pressed powder in the number 330 Toffee Caramel, and I'm using a color that's about maybe a whole shade to a shade and a half lighter than my actual skin tone. Now, in my next video, you will see why I like to use a powder that's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. But for now, we're just going to stick with this brow application. Taking my powder brush, and I'm just going to powder my brows, okay? You can either pat it on, or you can apply it in the direction of your hair, which is up. Since I've groomed them up, I'm just going to powder up, okay? Powder up. So all powdered down. Now you don't have to use a powder that's lighter than your skin tone. If you don't want to, you can use one that matches your skin perfectly. But for what's going to come next, you will see that using a powder that's a little bit lighter, it can really make your brows stand out in a way that's just perfection, in my opinion. All right, next up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our brow product. Now, I will be using the Milani Easy Brow Automatic Brow Pencil. And this is in the color dark brown, or number 2, okay? Now, it has a spoolie on the end here. You may have to use that, you may not. But it is a retractable pencil. Now, one thing to make your brows look professional and is choosing the right color for you. I like to use a brow color that's about a shade to a shade and a half lighter than the hair color on my head. For me, I am a very dark brown. It does appear black to the naked eye, so that's why I go for a dark brown pencil because it looks much softer than me going for a black pencil color. Because black on any complexion can look a little harsh. There's a very small percentage of people that can pull off using a black pencil. And also the intensity of the brow product can also be determined by the brand that you use. All right, let's get into this. So what I like to do is, first of all, discover my arch. Where does my arch begin naturally? Now, there's a couple of ways that you can find it. One way is to take your pencil and directly line it up with the pupil of your eye, okay? And take it to a 45-degree angle, okay? And you see, here's my arch. This is where my arch begins. Now, another way you can help discover your brow arch is you can take your finger, which I like to do, is start right here in the corner of your eye and just follow the natural curvature of your brow bone. And when you get to the highest point of your brow bone, that is where your arch will be. This might be very helpful for those that may not have as many hairs that are visible and you're having a hard time trying to find where your arch is. Those 2 steps could really help you find the natural arch for you. So what I like to do is I like to start right at the natural arch with my pencil, and with very gentle strokes. I'm not using a heavy hand. With very gentle strokes, I am going to just underscore my brow. Okay? See that? And I'm not trying to do this in all one stroke, all one line. We're taking very, very hair-like strokes when doing your eyebrows. Now that I've gotten this bottom line established, I like to take my pencil and just follow along the natural hair path of my brows. All right. Now, if you really just want to lock in the arch of your brow, define that brow a little bit more, take this and just gently draw somewhat of a defined line at the top of your arch. Not too harsh. And we close it in like that. And you see that? Brows. Now, if you're not used to doing your brows, this may take a little practice, okay? So don't get discouraged if you don't get your brows the way you want them the first time, okay? So just keep practicing. You will get better at it. I've been doing my brows for a very, 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 very long time. So, it takes me hardly any time to do them. However, you just got to take your time until you get it. Now, don't stress out. Brows are not perfect, okay? You're going to discover that on this side, I have a little bit more issues trying to make it look like my right brow. But brows aren't meant to be identical, but they are related. Absolutely. Okay? And sometimes because you are applying your brow from a different angle, this angle is easier for me because I am right-handed. So now I have to go over to my left side. It sometimes, creates a different angle because I had to cross my arms over my body to get it done. All right, but we're going to do the same thing. Taking gentle strokes. And creating that definition, like so. And following my natural hair path. And we're just filling in. Just filling in the blanks. And then just defining that top arch a little bit more. And there you have brows. Now this is where I kind of stand back. I have a couple of mirrors around me. I like to kind of stand back and just look at everything and determine whether or not if they are as symmetrical as they possibly can be. Now, I know they're not going to be flawless, they're not going to be perfect, okay? But I do want to give the illusion of them being very similar, very symmetrical. So stand back from the mirror as far as you can and look at your face and see if they're balanced. Sometimes I have to go in a little bit higher on this eyebrow, my left one, because the arch on that brow is a little bit weaker than the one on my right. So if there's tweaking that needs to be done, I stand back from my mirror, and that's where I will go in and just tweak the area. Because what you don't want to do is be so close to your mirror when you're doing your brows that you lose perspective. All right? You need to back up a little bit and see if everything looks balanced. And if it looks balanced to you at first glance, you're done. Leave your brows alone. Because if you keep messing with them, that's when we start making a lot of mistakes. All right, make sure you put the cap back on your pencil. Now, to note, if you feel like your eyebrows are a little strong and you need to fix them, just take the spoolie on the back of your brow pencil, or if your brow pencil doesn't have a spoolie, if you have a spoolie of any kind, just take it and just brush through your brows and soften them up, okay? Last but not least to this brow process, take you a concealer. Now I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. I don't know the color, okay, but I'm using one that's very, very close to my natural skin tone, okay? You don't have to do this stuff if you don't want to, but I find that it really defines the brow and makes them look a little bit more professional, all right? Taking a concealer brush like this, I will advise something that's flat. I'll put a little bit on the brush there. And I like to start mine right here under the arch of my brow. And I'm just going to outline it like this and clean it up. This is really great to do if you made any mistakes whatsoever. You can fix it with the concealer. It also gives your under your brow a very clean and crisp look. Look at the difference. Clean and crisp, very defined, not so clean, not so crisp. Now this is cool too. I mean, nothing wrong with keeping your brows like this if you choose to. But if you really want that very clean and very manicured brow look, this is what you need to do. Now I know a lot of times you may see people using a lighter concealer to kind of give their brows more of a highlighted look. You can do that as well, and I do that oftentimes, but I also like to use a concealer that's a more closer to my natural skin tone or my foundation that I will be wearing later, just because I think it gives it a more clean, natural look depending on the makeup look that you're trying to go for, okay? Well, that is it. So let's make sure we do it to the other side as well so we can match. And let me warn you, don't put too much product, okay? Only use what you need. If you need more, use more. And make sure you blend it out. You can even use your hands, your fingers if you need to help blend it out. And that is how you do your brows, ladies, okay? This is how you do your brows. Very easy, very simple. Take your time. If you're new to this, take your time. I promise you, you will master it, okay? Thank you once again for joining me in this video on how to do your brows. If you have not watched my previous video on skin prep, then make sure you go watch that. And also make sure you stay tuned for video number 3 for the very next step. I hope that you have enjoyed and learned something today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.